Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will find out the top 10 smartest decisions in the Harry Potter movies. But before we begin, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. With 7 books or 8 films centered around a magical school, it's no surprise that many of the characters manage to make some astute decisions. And that's a good thing because the world of Harry Potter is a dangerous one. With a sinister threat looming each year at Hogwarts, it's imperative that some of these characters kept their wits about them. Here are the top 10 smartest decisions in the Harry Potter movies. Number 10. Dumbledore's army breaks into the Ministry, the Order of the Phoenix. Things didn't go well for Harry and his friends when they broke into the Ministry of Magic. While they managed to foil Voldemort's plans and locked up some Death Eaters, the trip is hardly a success. Even though the break-in caused the tragic loss of Sirius Black and the demise of the Hall of Prophecy, there were a few unforeseen benefits in its destruction. Aside from the destruction of Harry's prophecy, the accidental wrecking of Time Turners was one of the most important events that could have happened. The mess Harry and his friends caused in the Ministry prolonged Harry's life in more ways than one. The first is in delaying Voldemort from hearing the prophecy. While Dumbledore could have shared the entirety of the prediction with Harry at any time, the loss of the sphere means Voldemort is left without essential knowledge. This allows Harry to grasp his duties and meet death as an ally in the end. Number 9. Narcissa makes a request, the Half-Blood Prince. We see the family's protective nature several times throughout the series. It is evident when Draco seeks revenge against Harry for his father's arrest, or when Narcissa lies that Harry is dead. However, the most brilliant idea comes from Narcissa's desire for Severus Snape to take an unforgivable vow. Narcissa's need to protect her son inadvertently solidifies Snape's loyalty to Voldemort. Snape was able to secure information for the Order both in Dumbledore's life and death in his choice to make the unbreakable vow. It also allowed Snape to take the life of Dumbledore, as he had promised to him, and effectively end the line of the Elder Wand. While that's not exactly what happened, it ensured the Elder Wand never truly belonged to Voldemort. Number 8. Stealing a car, the Chamber of Secrets. Grand Theft Auto is never advisable. Very few times in history has someone stolen a car and greatly benefited from it in any way, shape, or form. But somehow it worked out for Ron and Harry when they took the Weasley family car flying. After being blocked from entry at platform 9 3/4 and missing their train, waiting or at least trying to wait for Ron's parents would have been a wise choice. As fans know, Ron and Harry panic, and to avoid missing school, they steal the car and take it to Hogwarts. After landing by way of smashing into the Whooping Willow, the spelled Cascar seems to gain sentience and promptly kicks the children out the car and hightails into the Forbidden Forest. But that carjacking ends up saving their and Hagrid's lives. Number 7. Lupin keeps his secrets, the Prisoner of Azkaban. A lot of characters in the Harry Potter series have secrets. Sometimes it pays off to keep things close to the chest, as in the case of Professor Dumbledore and his suspicion of Horcruxes, and other times it doesn't like when James and Lily failed to divulge the change in Secret Keeper, from Sirius to Pettigrew. In the case of Professor Lupin, he had selfish reasons for keeping his secret. Yet, that choice shifted the progression of Harry's life. When Sirius broke out of Azkaban, Lupin could have revealed to the authorities that his old friend was an animagus. It would have made capturing Sirius a lot easier for the Ministry, and there would have been a much calmer third year for the trio at Hogwarts. But Lupin, too ashamed to betray the trust Dumbledore had always bestowed in him, decided to tell no one. This saves the life of Buckbeak and Sirius. Moreover, it allows Harry and Lupin to understand the truth in the betrayal of Lily and James Potter. Without Sirius' prison break, no one would have known Peter Pettigrew was alive and should be considered a threat. Number 6. Draco plays dumb, the Deathly Hallows. Draco Malfoy is many things. He's smug, arrogant, and a bully, but one thing he is not is a fool. He is very much a character who takes pride in being more intelligent than others, which is most likely why he surrounds himself with the likes of Crabbe and Goyle. But perhaps the most important decision he ever makes is to act stupid. When Harry, Hermione, and Ron get caught by the Snatchers and brought to the Malfoy mansion, it seems like they are doomed. They're sure they have possession of Harry Potter, but fear of being wrong and the wrath of Voldemort to answer leads them to ask for Draco Malfoy's confirmation. Number 5. Harry keeps an old textbook, the Half-Blood Prince. Very few people would choose an old, used textbook over a brand new version of the same one. Sometimes it's scribbled art in the margins, or more than the margins. Usually, it's missing pages and contains a litany of rude words not included in the original print. We can hope, but no one ever expects to find anything useful in it. Harry keeping the Half-Blood Prince's textbook seems like an obvious choice for this list because it is a significant plot point in the story, but it is nonetheless a brilliant move on his part. The book gives Harry the ability to perform in potions. Therefore, he can do what Dumbledore asked of him, get close enough to pry information from Slughorn. However, getting in Slughorn's good graces isn't the only reason keeping the prince's book was wise. Number 4. Hermione takes 2 main classes, The Prisoner of Azkaban. In their 3rd year at Hogwarts, Hermione takes her passion for learning, maybe a tad bit too far. She loads her schedule so thoroughly that many classes overlap. To attend each lesson, she must time travel. Hermione's ability to secure a time turner kick off a chain of events that has profound ramifications in the wizarding world. Fans know that Hermione and Harry use the time turner to save Sirius Black and Buckbeak, but it almost seems like a letdown because in life, Sirius could never prove his innocence. However, it's the unintended consequences that make this such a smart decision. The Order of the Phoenix was able to use Grimmauld Place as their headquarters. While Harry and Sirius' time together was short, that relationship was significant to both of them. Even after death, Harry, Ron, and Hermione were able to use both the home and the assistance of Creature because Sirius cared for Harry. Without Hermione taking all those classes, none of those things would have ever happened. Number 3. Harry skips a lesson, The Order of the Phoenix. For the most part, Harry tries to be a good student, only really ignoring his studies when he's either fighting for his life or stuck in detention. However, there is one area of study that Harry actively dislikes and puts little effort into learning, and that's occlumency. Harry's refusal to practice occlumency allows them to know what Voldemort is doing in the final installment. The flashes into Voldemort's mind confirm that there was a Horcrux hidden at Hogwarts. Since Harry can see where Voldemort is when they set off the alarms of Hogsmeade, ensuring their safety, without this ability, Harry and his friends would have never found Severus Snape. Aside from understanding the truth behind Snape's actions, Harry would have never understood what was required of him. Number 2. Dumbledore leaves a baby on a doorstep, The Philosopher's Stone. Most fans will ask upon watching or reading the series, why did Dumbledore leave Harry at his aunt and uncle's? It is one of the more controversial decisions in the entire Harry Potter series, and it happens at the very beginning of the first book. It seems like an obvious choice to raise Harry in the wizarding world. He would have been surrounded by people like him, and he certainly wouldn't have suffered so much cruelty from whatever foster parents he might have ended up with. That said, it turns out to be one of the wisest decisions made by a character in the series. Fans will know that he is protected at his relative's house by magic because of Harry's mother's sacrifice. While that is a big reason why Dumbledore did what he did, it wasn't the only reason. For one, attacks like the one orchestrated by Umbridge would be more challenging to cover up in the Muggle world. Secondly, Dumbledore explains that he felt it best that Harry grow up away from the fame that would surround him his entire life. Number 1. Harry gives a sock away, The Chamber of Secrets. When Harry freed Dobby, it was one of the best moments in the series. While Dobby has a small presence in the films, only showing up in the second and scarcely in Deathly Hallows Part 1, he plays a much more significant role in the books. Harry's act of freeing Dobby was one of the most intelligent decisions any character makes in the series. The satisfaction felt by viewers and readers alike was palpable when Harry gave Lucius Malfoy a sock. Not only does it develop Harry as a caring character, but it introduces a unique character to the series, a free elf. Tell us in the comment section your thoughts. That's it from today's video. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy. See you in the next video.